Alright, here we go. It's 5TC here, back with another video. And today, I'll be doing something different. I'm taking a break, well, just for this one video from my Ninjago content. And this is a video I've had in the works for quite a while now, but just today I'm starting to record it. And I'm not ranking every single fast food, I'm just ranking 20 of them. But these are kind of like the most popular ones you may have heard of. There's more popular ones than these, but these are just like the most common ones, like when you think of a fast food place. So yeah, without further ado, first up we have McDonald's. And I say McDonald's is great. I haven't had McDonald's in a long time, but I remember when I was younger, my mother, she would like used to take me to McDonald's a lot, and there were a couple of things I used to get, but one of the things I mainly remember getting a lot was like the caramel mocha. I don't know why I was just obsessed with it for some reason, but I think in recent years, maybe since like 21, 22, maybe 2020, I don't remember. Point is, I became obsessed with the fish fillets. The fish fillets are probably one of the best things on the meal. And McDonald's, like, they're a burger chain. Yeah, they have fish and they have chicken, but you would mainly go there for the burgers. But yeah, I'd say they're pretty great. I kind of want to move them up to Incredible though, just because all of those childhood nostalgic memories I have. But I'll say they're pretty great for now, but just because of those memories I have. But I've had more restaurants. Burger King, I'd say Burger King is just okay. Now there is a below okay. Now there's not a rank below okay. There's not like a super like trash, but because some of these are still pretty good. But yeah, as you can see, probably as I'm scrolling through here, this does not have every single fast food. There's probably a lot of them that I'm leaving out. I know there's a lot that I'm leaving out, but yeah, this is just the list that we have now, and maybe in the future, I'll do a part 2 to this video. So yeah, make sure you subscribe for that content. But Burger King, I think when I was younger, like there was a place we used to go to, me, my mother, my aunt, like there was, I don't remember where, it was somewhere, but like we would go to Burger King. I think it was like, but the point is, it's a pretty good, it's all right. I think the main thing I used to get from Burger King was just used to be their onion rings. Like they had some amazing onion rings. Sometimes I would get their fries. I would get their burgers, but their burgers weren't even that good. Now I haven't had Burger King in so many years, so I'm basing this off of the memories. But I'd say they're just okay. Wendy's, I'd say Wendy's is great. I want to put them above McDonald's, but I think I'll put them right before McDonald's, only because I've only had Wendy's like 3 times in my life. I remember once my mother took me there. I remember exactly what I got. I got a Baconator and some fries. I don't remember what drink I want. It might have been like a milkshake or whatever. And I remember when somewhere in DC I went, but it was a long time ago. Second time I went, I believe we were like, it was at an airport. Yeah, with my family, like I think it was last year. We had just got back from a vacation and we were hungry, so we went to the Wendy's. Like there was a Wendy's at the airport, and I got the Baconator, or maybe it was some bacon burger I got. It was pretty good. But I got a Sprite to go along with it. I wanted a root beer, but they didn't have it. I wanted sweet tea, but they didn't have it. And also, because sweet tea, I'd say sweet tea is probably my favorite beverage. One of my favorite beverages, but then we're also talking about sodas and stuff, which I would either go for Sprite or root beer. I kind of rank them at the same spot. But this isn't a ranking for soda. This is a ranking for fast food, and I only have 3 down, and I'm 4 minutes in the video. But Wendy's is pretty good. I do remember one time I went. I might have gone another time with my mother or someone a couple years ago, well, more than a couple years ago, and I might have just got a burger and some fries. I do kind of have that memory at the back of my head, like where I hated the fries. But in recent years, I would say I have liked their fries. They do make some pretty good fries. Not the best fries, but their fries are pretty good. And I can't speak on every single product. I haven't had every single product, but I think this is a fair spot to put it. Next up, we have Checkers. I'd say probably Checkers are above Wendy's. Um, Cause like there used to be, there's still a Checkers over there. Checkers and Rallies. I think it's on New York Avenue in DC. It's or maybe not New York Avenue. I haven't been over there. I have, like, I go past there many times. I just forgot the name of the road. That might be the right name, but point is, my mother used to take me there. Right across the street from that was the Taco Bell, and I do have Taco Bell on this list. But Checkers and Rallies, maybe just because I'll put it down here for it's still great. I would definitely get it. I haven't had it in recent years, but my favorite thing I used to get from there used to be their apple pie, and I believe their apple pie was either free or you got it for $1 after your meal. I don't remember the exact context for that, but they have some amazing apple pie. I love the fries. I love the burgers. Yeah, they're a pretty great place to go to. Chick-fil-A, okay. Um, yeah, I feel like this is going to be controversial, so let me just skip Chick-fil-A and let me just actually never mind. There's really no point of doing that. I'll just come back to Chick-fil-A. But next up we have Five Guys. I haven't had them in a long time, but and just because of that I say decent, even though I haven't had Checkers in a long time. But maybe I still put it on great just because it is great. Now I feel like if I have it again like sometime in the future then it will go up. But just because I think just because of how many fries they give you, I think I'm realistically going to have to put it maybe above Wendy's just because they give you so many fries and also you get free peanuts. So like that's what makes it good. And I actually remember the first time I ever got Five Guys. I still remember this somehow because I was going to see my aunt. Me and my mother was going to see my aunt and her uncle, and they lived near a Five Guys. And pretty much, I had never. I mean, I have heard of Five Guys at that point, but I never went there. So we went there, and I remember I got a burger. I think I just got a plain burger because back then I used to be so picky. I was gonna say the same thing for McDonald's, but now we're talking about Five Guys. But back then, I used to not like anything on my burger. I was so picky. I would just eat plain burgers. I don't do that weird stuff anymore. That was weird. I don't know why I did it. But yeah, the burger was pretty good. It was salted well, but the fries, I feel like the first time I ever had the fries were just not salted well. But then I remember when we went back to her apartment because I lived in an apartment. We went back to her apartment and I just got every seasoning I could find and I just kept sprinkling it into the bag because I think a lot of the seasoning was light, so it was some orange seasoning. But when I kept going back for the fries, they were just like super spicy and they just had like this bitter taste to it. I mean, it wasn't I wouldn't really say bitter, it was just like super spicy, not even spicy, just like salty, just salty fries, over salted fries. But Five Guys, yeah, I think just because of how professional, just the fact that they give you extra fries, I kind of want to put it over Incredible. Only reason I don't have McDonald's on Incredible is just because it's not my favorite restaurant. It's not one of my favorites, and this is opinion based. But just because of Five Guys, I don't feel like repeating myself again. But you get the point. Next up, we have Slim Chicken. I'd say they're pretty decent. I have had them a couple times. I always get their garlic parmesan tenders. Is it? Yeah, I love their garlic parmesan. It's pretty good, and their fries are also pretty good. So yeah, Slim Chicken's pretty good. If you have one near you, then I'd recommend go checking it out. And I feel like this is one of the restaurants where like only if you live in a specific area then you'll know about it. So but yeah, if you've never heard of it before, I would recommend if you like chicken, go get it. Next up we have Raising Cane's. Okay, now I think this is also gonna be controversial, but I do have a story about Raising Cane's, but I want to get through the other stuff first before I launch into the story, because I can already tell this is gonna be a long video. Next up, we have Sonic. I only had Sonic once, and you saw that video, but I only got one meal. I didn't really like the meal. I mean, I liked the fries and the drink, but I didn't really like the burger like at all. But so I still put it on here because I have had it once. So I'd say it's pretty decent. Yeah, I'd say it's decent just because I like their sweet tea. They had some good drinks. So yeah, Subway. Okay, Subway, I'll put it on Incredible. And I think that's only because only as of recently I've been getting Subway a lot more lately. Now it kind of feels weird to have Subway above all these other restaurants, but also this is a different type of restaurant. I kind of just blending them all together because there's ones for chicken or like chicken wings and tenders. There's ones for burgers. There's ones for I guess Subway, which is subs. So this would fit under a different category. But as it stands, like the best burger chain looks like to be Five Guys. The best sub chain is Subway, but I think I only have like one other sub chain, and it's not even really sub, so there's really no point of getting. Oh yeah, Jersey Mike's and Jimmy John's. But yeah, um, Subway. I think I've told the story before. Like Subway, I've been getting Subway a lot more lately. My aunt has gave me some Subway, and actually, the day that I'm recording this, I actually just had Subway for dinner. It was leftover from yesterday. I also had some spaghetti because I was still hungry after I ate. But yes, Subway's pretty good. Like if you get, cause like I remember back then, I'm kind of going everywhere because I'm trying to get all my memories in check. But my mother, she would used to take me to Subway, and I would always get the meatball and cheese sub, and I used to love that for some reason, and I would get it every single time. It was my favorite thing to get, and that's also because when I was picky back then, I just did not like lettuce, so I didn't want any lettuce anywhere. Nowadays, I eat salads just fine. I eat Subway just fine, but I just did not like lettuce. I didn't want all that extra stuff. But yeah, Subway's pretty good. I actually had the Beast, if you know what the Beast is. It has like different meats, cheeses, vegetables in it. But yeah, that's pretty good. So I think it deserves a spot right there. Next up, we have Jersey Mike's. They make subs like Subway as well. So I'd say they're pretty decent. I'm not gonna say I've had them. I mean, I have had them, so maybe they are great, but uh, I'll put them in decent. Same for Jimmy John's. They also make subs as well. I haven't had them too many times, but I say they're pretty decent. And maybe I even put these above Sonic just because I just really didn't like Sonic. However, I am willing to go back in a future video. I am willing to eat more Sonic, okay? So maybe in a future video this will change, but as it stands now, I'm not a huge fan of Sonic. Next up, we have KFC, and again, this list is just like completely everywhere. But I used to be a fan. I used to be a bigger fan of Popeyes than KFC. But I also think a huge reasoning behind this is just because of geographical location. It really depends on your geographics. Like if you're located in an area where one restaurant is more common than the other, and I think Popeyes was that common one. Even though I do believe that KFC and Popeyes were quite as common, but in the area I grew up in, not just the area, but like, well, not just the neighborhood or the community, but that whole area I grew up in. I don't think that there's a Popeyes over there anymore. I'm pretty sure it got taken down and rebranded into something else, but also I don't live over there anymore. But that whole area has just been completely changed over the years, so but that really has nothing to do with this video, so we don't need to talk about that. But KFC, I'd say KFC is quite incredible. I just love their fried chicken, because I like fried chicken, and, yeah. Next up, we have Popeyes, and I used to put Popeyes above KFC, and this is probably gonna cause, like, a riot in the comments or somewhere, but, I wouldn't, because I have had KFC more times than I've had Popeyes, just because, like, as I said before, with the Taco Bell, and also I believe there's also a Taco Bell over where my other aunt is. But yeah, I do love me some KFC. Maybe their chicken's crispier. Maybe I'm just making this up. But yeah, I mean it could really be interchangeable for me. It doesn't really matter. They're both incredible. So um, next up we have Wingstop. I love Wingstop. It's not even like I don't even really think it's your typical fast food, but you get your wings, you get your fries. Their fries are really sweet. I don't think fries are supposed to be sweet, but who cares? They're pretty good. And their wings, I love their wings. I usually either get the lemon pepper or the garlic parmesan. Either or works. I love lemon pepper. I love garlic parmesan. I love their fries. And they give you so many fries. Like I'd be having fries left over. Like I might eat half one day, the other half the next day, which is more large fries than McDonald's or Burger King or Wendy's or whatever or Chick-fil-A. So I think they have some pretty good value over there at Wingstop. Next up, Panera Bread. I was going to put it at the best, and it's also not really a fast food, but I think I'm probably gonna have to put this maybe right here. Yeah, I think maybe it goes right here. But Panera, I love me some Panera. And now I'm looking at it, it doesn't really belong here. Even though I did a lot of research, it does count as fast food because you do get your food fast. It's just not your typical fast food. But what can I say about Panera? I like their soups, their different types of sandwiches. The last time I went to Panera, I actually got, I think it was the cheddar broccoli soup, or no, it was a sub, like not a sub, but like a breakfast sandwich I got. My cousin, he was moving into his college. Now that I think about it, that was, I think, back in September. So I don't know. It's like I have that memory so vivid, but I still remember the first time I ever had. Maybe I'll put these above them just because I have had Panera more times than I've had Subway. Not Subway, but Five Guys. But first time I ever had Panera Bread, me and my mother, we went to a pool. It was summer in DC, and she said something about Panera Bread, and I had never been there before. So we basically went to the Panera Bread. I got the cheddar broccoli soup with, I think it was some type of cheese bread. I don't remember the name of it. I just know it was a cheese bread. I remember I would dip the bread in the soup. That was pretty good, but I prefer eating them separately. But also, we went to the Panera Bread because you know how after you get out the pool, you're hungry. You're just like super hungry. But I also think that's why they have so many of those fast food or different restaurants around because they know their customers are gonna be hungry after they get out the pool. But yeah, that was pretty good. First time ever having Panera, I still have that memory in my head. I don't remember what year it was. Might have been 2017, 2018, 2019. Who knows? Doesn't really matter. Chipotle, I love Chipotle. And maybe I'd even put them above Wingstop. They're probably one of my favorites. I don't, but the thing is, a lot of people in my family, at least in my household, don't really like Chipotle, but I love Chipotle. Like, I always get the rice, the chicken, or steak, or whatever meats they have, cream cheese, sour cream. I do get lettuce sometimes, tomatoes, corn, onions, tomatoes. I think I already said tomatoes, but they're pretty good. I love Chipotle. I love how you get them in the bowl. You can come back later. But I especially love how they keep putting like extra cream cheese or extra cheese on yours. And like yeah, Chipotle is really one of the things you can eat now, but you can also come back to later. I don't think I've ever finished Chipotle in like one sitting. Like I've always had some after I finish it. Maybe when I one time when I was younger, but like chances are if you get Chipotle, you are not going to finish in one sitting. But yeah, Chipotle is pretty good. Arby's, I've only had Arby's once, and I'd say they're just okay. But I also regret not warming my Arby's up. Now I did love. I think I got the beef gyro. It wasn't called the beef gyro. It was called, or maybe it was a shawarma. I some shawarma or gyro. I don't remember the name of it, but yeah, it was pretty good. It might have been a gyro though. Only regrets I have is not warming it up. That would have made it better. And I'm pretty sure it did have fries, but I forgot what kind of fries I got. But yeah, Arby's was pretty okay. Um, Taco Bell. When I was younger, Taco Bell probably would have been all the way at the top, but I'd say it's just about decent. Maybe it's above these though, just because. Or I don't know. I'm not really a fan of Taco Bell anymore, so I'd say it's just okay. But every time I used to go to Taco Bell, as I already gave the story about the Checkers and the KFC, the Taco Bell, I used to always get the red taco. It was like the flaming hot Doritos taco. And I used to love that because I love spicy stuff. I used to eat spicy snacks and stuff, so it was pretty good. And you know what's crazy? I used to eat the lettuce out of that taco, even though I didn't like lettuce in salads or lettuce on burgers. I would always eat it in a taco. Nowadays, I eat lettuce regardless. Like if it's a salad or burger or taco, burrito, doesn't really matter. I'll eat the lettuce. But back then, I was just very picky about that. But next up, we have Panda Express. And I know what you're all thinking. Is Panda Express really fast food? I mean, in a way, yeah, it is. It's just some Chinese food. But yeah, I'd say Panda Express is pretty good. I used to always get their orange chicken. But you know, one of the things I always get from a Chinese place is like, or a Japanese place or whatever, is I'm always getting the orange chicken, although I think orange chicken might be Chinese. I don't know if it's Japanese. I'm mainly speaking about Panda Express though, but I'd say they're pretty decent. Probably better than these other restaurants. But also, this is a different type of restaurant. So I was going to do that actually. I was planning to do a video or a different series of videos where I rank the different types of restaurants in the certain categories, and I will do that in the future. I just wanted to get this video out real quick because, well, quick story real quick. I'm actually graduating next week. Not graduating, but next week is my last week, so I wanted to get out a couple of videos before high school's over. So, yeah. I don't even graduate until next month though. But today is April 30th, so we're pretty much in May, right? No? Okay. But next up we have Raising Cane's. I've only had them once. I went with my father. I think I said it in a previous video. I think we went in March. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was March we went. We went to Raising Cane's, and I loved their fries. I loved their white bread. Their chicken, though, I just wasn't really a huge fan of the chicken. Now it was fresh, and don't get me wrong, I do like fresh food, but I just, their chicken just wasn't very seasoned for me. And now I'm really gonna critique them. I do critique a bunch of stuff, but I don't really critique that much. But like this is something I had for the first time, so I'd have more critique for it than anything else. Like I know a lot of people have problems with stuff like McDonald's or Burger King or stuff like that, but stuff I've had many times, I'm more like adjusted to like it. But Raising Cane, I am gonna go back there. I am gonna do a video there. I don't know when. Might not even be until a couple months. But Raising Cane's was pretty. It was pretty good overall. I just didn't really like the chicken. Like it wasn't very seasoned for me. However, I will say I was not a fan of coleslaw. I'm still not a fan of coleslaw. But Raising Cane's, they make some pretty good coleslaw. I don't think I finished mine still because I also had a sweet tea, and having the blended taste of sweet tea and fries and coleslaw and chicken and white bread in your mouth, like that whole mixture just sounds gross. But when you're actually eating it, it's good. But yeah. So I'd say they're pretty decent. Bottom of the decent list. I'm putting Raising Cane's below Sonic. But also this is because no, I've only had Sonic and Raising Cane both times, like just this year. I think in the same month actually. However, okay, I do think but just because I like their everything else, I have to put them above Sonic. I do plan on making another video there, but that's another video for another day. So last but not least, we have Chick-fil-A. Now I feel like I'm gonna upset a lot of people with it. Now I eat Chick-fil-A whenever my family gets it, because like Chick-fil-A is like one of the most common fast food places around here. There's like 5 in my area. Like literally 5 Chick-fil-A's, maybe like 3 or 4, but you get the point. I'm literally not exaggerating this. And that's all I can really say because I'm not trying to give out my location. But if you're watching this from my city or state, well, from my city or county, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. But I swear, like kids from my school, they just always love getting Chick-fil-A. I mean, I don't think Chick-fil-A is horrible, but I don't really think it's like, come on. You got stuff like Wingstop. What are you doing? And granted, Wingstop, like, you get. I just don't know. Chick-fil-A, the first time I ever had Chick-fil-A, which is also funny because I remember the first time I ever had Wendy's, but first time I ever had Chick-fil-A, my mother took me there, but I didn't realize this, but they were actually only a drive-in place. Now, I do believe in Merlin, there are places, which I already said Merlin, because, in a previous video, there was that donut place, but I do remember there are some in my state where, there are actually places you can sit down at, but in DC, there just weren't any places. It was just a drive-through place, and I didn't know what Chick-fil-A was, but we actually got, I think I got like a 20-piece nugget and some fries. I could have gotten a drink if I got a drink. It was probably sweet tea, because I used to love sweet tea. And real quick, to McDonald's back then, I used to love getting their sweet tea or their iced tea. Yeah, that was the thing that I would always get from McDonald's. I don't really eat McDonald's that much. There are some McDonald's, I just don't really get them that much. But getting back to Chick-fil-A, Yeah, I loved their nuggets. Their fries, I was not a huge fan of their fries. I'm still not like the biggest fan of their fries, the waffle fries, but they are pretty good. Like, I don't hate them. Like, if I get two um packs of, not packs, but they come in that little container or whatever. Yeah, I'll get two sizes of those waffle fries. It's just not really the best thing for me. And I also think if I would get the chicken sandwich, I would probably get some nuggets, but you know, I don't think it's a bad restaurant. I just think it's decent. I would kind of put it in just okay, but I know I'm probably gonna upset a lot of people from my city, a lot of people from my state, and also I do think Chick-fil-A is better than Arby's, even though I've only had Arby's once, and granted they have a much more wider variety. It's just Chick-fil-A. I've had that many, many times. I just love their nuggets, though. I haven't had their nuggets. I think the last time I had their nuggets was whenever the first time, or because I do remember when I went to Chick-fil-A for the first time. We did go back a couple more times. But, anyways, that was the end of the tier list. And I guess this is pretty much the end of the video. And I know I haven't had any videos in like a week. I am going to record more videos, but this is the video that's coming out today. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the video and make sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff. And yeah, I do plan to update this tier list in the future and update other tier lists, but just wait until the future. So yeah, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I'm repeating myself, but yeah, see you guys in the next video.